Hello everyone, welcome to our new episode of Communication Weekly. Today we'll be looking at the subject of corporate communication, but especially at CSR.
CSR stands for Corporate Social Responsibility and basically looks at the social impact of different businesses. While there are some firms like Starbucks which are very public about the social involvement, there are many other firms which have been very inactive in these areas so far.
However, through the internet, businesses are slowly changing their minds. But before going into depth, let's ask our students what they know so far.
Hi guys, I'm inside the university today and we're going to ask some students about corporate social responsibility. So do you think that companies have the responsibility to be socially active?
I think it's very important for companies to have a part of corporate social responsibility. Obviously, I think it depends also on what they're doing. For example, if it has effects on the community, like if their actions have effect on the community surrounding, I think it's more important for them to have a big corporate social responsibility part.
Yes, I do. When you consider the fact that companies form part of the community, if they're going to be in part that doesn't interact with the rest of the community in a way that's socially responsible, then it's a little bit of a problem.
In a sense, they do, because companies usually work for a group of customers, right? And these customers are part of society, so it depends on what they do. For example, I know I've done an internship in Bank Santander Bank, and they're very well known for their socially activeness.
Economy governs the world, and I think they're the right ones to do such things.
So if they do have an impact through their CSR, what would that impact be?
I think the impact should be to try to help the one their business might hurt. So for example, if you pollute a lot and it's affecting the neighborhoods, like around, for example, plants, in the case that I've been working in a cement company, the aim is really to help those that are around to have a better quality of life and help them to kind of compensate for the pollution or for the bad actions that the company is doing.
Yeah, I think so. Depends on what level they get socially responsible.
I think, as said before, economy governs the world, and I think they're the right ones to do it because politics cannot really change things, but if they do it through jobs and through stuff like that, I think they can impact a lot.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those interviews, Valentin. So, as we can see, most students believe that businesses do have a responsibility of being socially active, especially those who have a very high carbon footprint.
While this seems clear, many firms are still inactive in this area, and for that we'll have Dima.
Hello, so today we're going to focus on a specific part of corporate communication called corporate social responsibility. So what corporate social responsibility is basically a process that focuses on a company's social actions towards their environment, their stakeholders, and communities such as pressure groups. According to expert Melissa Davis, who is a branding and sustainability expert, she states that sustainability is now entering the mainstream of the business world. And what she means here is that through the upward communication online, consumers now have a say in the way companies treat social problems. And by this, companies that were previously lacking social responsibility or inefficiency now have to take appropriate measures in order to keep their customers satisfied. And if not, they might lose their customers. Stakeholders can now express their dissatisfaction with companies via social media, making every statement that's published online count, as it could easily affect the public image of any company. Corporate social responsibility has changed the ways business operates these days, and instead of businesses just focusing on things that could maximize their profit, they now have to focus on other issues such as social issues, because now the world is giving more importance into the sustainability of the environment. Their actions towards societies are now being analyzed by stakeholders and are put into question once they appear to be transparent. Every year, more and more companies are releasing annual CSR reports to allow stakeholders to get an insight into the actions they're doing to help become socially responsible. However, there are still companies that don't take it so seriously, and instead of posting statistics and facts, they post more images and videos to kind of distract their stakeholders. So these companies are known to be doing CSR for the benefit of themselves rather than the benefit of society. So that's a bit about corporate social responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dima. So as we can see, more and more business tend to do CSR since the global demand for it is more and more increasing. However, many do abuse it and see it more as a long-term investment into their reputation and branding. But in the end, it is still a win-win situation because every little helps, no matter what the impact really is in the end.
So we have the subject of corporate communication to understand communications in a corporate, public, and online environment, just as it teaches us the advantages of social media and public relations.
But that was it for now. See you again next week.
Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.